Welcome back to that build. And today I'm going to be using this kit to wipe away an unsightly mess. I'm so sorry. So firstly, if you're new to the channel, I do invite you to like, subscribe and check the notification bell so you can keep up to date with everything going on in the channel. What I'm going to be doing today is more or less removing this, because a couple of big reasons here, and one which is very apparent right in front of us. As you can probably tell, the windscreen is awash with filthiness, and it was cleaned, but of course then the rain came and it just makes a mess of absolutely everything, including the rear windscreen, mainly because, number one, when you engage reverse with the windscreen wipers on, the rear wiper activates automatically just to assist in seeing out the back. However, that problem is not actually helped any when the rear wiper blade is falling apart like it is right now. So there is nothing left on this whatsoever. It is down to the raw essentials, which of course means it's leaving marks and scrapes all over it. I really don't like the look of these things on the back in the first place, and I hate it more so when I've actually got streaks. And even when there is a good blade, I hate seeing that outline on the back of the car. So doing away with it completely just to solve that problem mentally for me. Small, but it makes a difference. So to start off with, obviously we need to open the boot, and it opens so easily. We do have a few tools prepared for this. So number one is, well, there is the kit, obviously. So with a little plug kit with some silicone, we have a couple of sockets. I'm not really sure what size the wiper motor is, the bolts that hold that in. So I've just grabbed a couple, got a 10, a 12 and a 13. I figured they're the most common ones, most like to remove, I'm sure. Beyond that, I do have a Allen head socket kit. Ignore the Phillips head screwdriver bits attached to it. And some tools to remove the plugs. And then I bet you're wondering, why is there a set of scales in there? Well, once I remove this, I'm just kind of curious to see how much does it actually weigh. A couple of grams, a couple of kilos, 50 kilos. That'd be a nice reduction. So I'm going to start with the most obvious and easiest thing to remove, which will of course be this little strap here. So, except I hope if I have it in the right direction, probably will make things a lot easier. So here we go. Righto, one thing down. Now, I'll be honest in this part here, I've already tried to remove these and they are not straightforward and easy. Because they're actually concaved in, they've got a recess all the way around them. There's only 4 of them, the rest of them are all easily exposed. But these ones here, just using this alone does not really solve anything, because if you try to get it in, which you can do, but then it is way too flexible. So what you kind of got to do is be a bit skillful with a set of these as well. Just kind of go in behind it, remove the plastic, and then you pop that out. So just going to make certain you don't do a lot of damage around these parts, which I'm trying to avoid doing, but I'm sure I'm going to make a nick somewhere. Ugh. It's just a cramped spot to get these into. Okay, there's a couple little clips on the inside here, a little hard to see. Just inside here, which more or less will need to actually push the fabric inwards like this. And that's what you don't want to do. So I'll be refixing that onto the fabric. Yeah. And then it comes off easily. Righto. So it actually is a socket at all. It's an Allen head, which I think it is the same size. So there we go. So this is a Allen head bit. Doesn't say what size it is. Anyways, might just get an extension. Okay. Now, the keen-eyed amongst you, and those that are paying attention, will have realised that we still have a wiper here. So let's remove that first. This is just a 10mm holding this in place, nice and easy. Okay, that just pops right off. Okay, so there is a little rubber grommet around, but the whole motor should slide out through there, so we'll just do it this way. And now we'll get the power plug out, if I can figure that. Okay, I think we've got a flat head on top. Yep, just flathead connection holding that in place. And let's start from the top side. Wow, that's a name I haven't seen in ages. Lancia, Fiat and Alfa Romeo. The Lancia, in fact, mostly. There we go. Oops. There's a washer. Right, so now we'll go back to the outside and push that in. And now my finger's stuck there. There we go. So there we go, there's the existing grommet. So we're going to be filling this now with a little plug from this kit. So this is a killallwipers.com, lovely made in the UK product. So the silicone itself, and then this plug, which has got a logo. I'm sure the logo will be either hidden or completely gone out of the equation. And some zip ties, which you can essentially just use to tie your loom up, which I might actually thread around there to zip it all in place in that spot, just so it's out of the way and doesn't clang about all the time. So what we're doing first is just giving everything a little bit of a wipe down, because there's a bit grubby right here, and yeah, a little bit of grot there as well. So let's go and grab a wipe and then we'll take care of that. So one thing I didn't show prior was some tape, and the reason being is that they say to secure the actual plug when you install it in the back with some tape going across it, so just kind of holds it in there nice and firm in the meantime. So I'll be cutting off the length of this, and it's just slightly too short, so I'll just cut off a strand crosswise. It's certainly long enough. Right, so just a nice little strip like so. Try to put this aside and not have it stick to anything. Okay, so let's grab our little tube and let's puncture the end of it. And then what we're doing is applying a thin bead right around the actual edge here, all the way around. Okay. So now for the fun part. Try to put it in as neat as possible, without all the excess. Okay. That didn't go too badly. So, get a bit of tape. Just making sure you can't see it with the trim back on. So now what we do, just got to figure out the best way of doing this. We also need a rubber glove. I think I have one. Okay. So the gloves are a bit too small, but all I really need is just one finger. What we're going to try and do is... Okay, so as it stands, it has actually got a nice bit of sealant going around it, so I'm just going to apply a bit more around the top section. Now I've got to try and hold it in so I don't push it through, and just smear it in there. Okay, so we'll wipe that all up, leave that for about an hour, then we get to remove that horrible white sticker. So, whilst we wait for that to dry and the hot glue melt to dry on the plug that I managed to rip off the fabric here, I'm going to actually do a little bit of a test and see just how much weight was in the motor and the wiper itself. So, got the entire assembly here, so put it all back in, just got a bolt resting in there, but let's see what it comes in at. So, turn a little set of scales on here and rest on top. So, in grams wise, wow, I mean that's not too bad actually. 1,069 grams, so just over a kilo basically. Go to our other unit, got 2 pounds 54 ounces if you're in the imperial world there, but that's a pretty decent decrease. So realistically, just from removing the motor, all the accessories to go with it, and of course the wiper with a dead rubber blade, I've managed to actually save a kilo. I guess I can eat some more chips now. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yes, that is looking much nicer. Nice smooth rear now. Obviously I'll have to clean up the lovely fingerprint marks and then of course give the window a wipe over, but at least now it is completely a nice smooth clean area, no stupid windscreen wiper, and of course no wiper interfering and turning on in the future by itself for no stupid reason. So that is another job done, and on to the next one, which you'll find out later. So that's going to do it again today guys. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, like, subscribe, comment below, etc. This has been Dat Build. Now get back to your build. Until next time, cheers.